Straight from our Thanksgiving table, we're making these delicious dinner rolls. This is day number 4 of our special edition Thanksgiving recipe cooking marathon. And today I'm going to walk you through each step so you can confidently make these dinner rolls your very first try. To get started, we need 1 cup of warm milk. You can either heat this up on the stove or in the microwave. It's very important your milk is not hot, only warm. Add in 1/3 of a cup of sugar and 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Give this a gentle stir. Next goes in 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. This is the yeast I'm using. Again, let's give it a gentle stir and then set it off to the side to get happy for 5 minutes. While the yeast is taking its butter bath, to a big bowl we need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Once you've added in 3 cups, take out roughly 1/4 of a cup. It doesn't have to be exact, just a scoop. We're going to take this 1/4 cup and drop it into our yeast mixture. If it hasn't been the full 5 minutes, it's okay, drop it in anyway. Grab a whisk and mix it in. Then let your yeast mixture resume its 5-minute timeout. Back to our flour, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using pink salt today because I was cooking at my mom's house and that's the only salt she uses. If you only have regular salt, that's totally fine. That's what I would have used if I was cooking at my home. Just add it to your flour and give it a mix. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. Our yeast mixture is ready for 2 eggs. Add those in and give everything a good mix. All that's left is to add our yeast mixture to our flour. Go ahead and dump that in. Grab a spoon and give everything a good mix. Once everything looks fairly well combined, we're going to flour our work surface like so and dump everything out. Keep in mind, at this stage our dough is rather sticky. Be sure to flour your hands and have a little within reach just in case you need more, because you're probably going to need more. We're going to knead our dough for about 5 minutes. Don't be afraid to sprinkle more flour on your dough ball as you need it. Whatever stops your dough from sticking to you or your work surface. After about 5 minutes, we're going to gather up our dough and holding it over our mixing bowl, we're going to drizzle on a little bit of cooking oil. You can use whatever you want. The nearest thing I could grab was a bottle of olive oil, so that's what I used. Vegetable oil works too. We're going to rub our oil all over our dough ball and the inside of the bowl. Place your dough inside and cover it with a towel. This needs to sit in a warm place for 1 hour for the yeast to do its thing. After an hour of sitting in quiet contemplation, it's time to divide our dough ball up into 12 pieces. Grab your dough and cut it in half. Then cut 1/2 into 3 sections like so. Then cut each section in half. Perfect! Now you have 6 pieces. Gather up a section and sort of pull the dough smooth. You can see I'm sort of gathering it up with my thumb and pulling the dough towards the bottom, rotating the ball as I go. Once your dough ball looks smooth, pat your fingers in some flour and give the top a little pat. Place your dough ball in a 9 by 13 inch baking dish and keep on going until you have 12 dough balls. Cover with the same towel. We need to let our rolls sit again for 1 more hour, also in a warm place. If it's not in a warm place, it's not going to do anything. Okay, it's been a full hour and look at the difference. We are ready for the oven. Into a preheated oven at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes depending on your oven. I took mine out at 20 minutes. Take a look at that. It's so pretty and smells so good. As a side note, no, I didn't grease my dish before I put my rolls in. I probably should have. Regardless, I didn't have any issues removing them from the dish. But if you're more comfortable greasing your dish prior to adding in the dough balls, that's perfectly fine. Once my rolls are out of the oven, I like to brush a little bit of melted butter on top of each one. These were so soft and fluffy, absolutely yummy. Here's an ingredients list. This concludes day 4 of our back-to-back Thanksgiving cooking videos for this week. Come back tomorrow for another Thanksgiving recipe. I have 6 more delicious dishes to share with you, all very easy but still very tasty. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll see you all tomorrow.